Interest rates are the villain in every real estate story right now. And bad advice, that's the sidekick making things even worse. Headlines, predictions, advice. There's no shortage of information being put out here at the end of the year. Here's some advice that you've probably heard, maybe even from me, that you probably want to think twice about. Lots of agents right now are promising that real estate interest rates are going to drop in 2025. Anybody who says that without a disclaimer that there's no guarantee is flat out making that up. Nobody can guarantee what interest rates are going to do next year. Yes, there is the possibility that rates will drop. There's also the possibility that they will go up. A new president, economy shifting up or down. There are so many factors that go into what creates the interest rate for mortgages that nobody can predict what's truly going to happen. It's all just speculation. Heck, at the end of 2023, speculation was that by the end of 2024, interest rates were going to drop, maybe even down into the 5% range. Ha! Interest rates didn't actually drop until August of 2024. And at their lowest point, it was only 6.1 something. Lots of people wait when they hear these kind of predictions that rates are going to drop, and then they miss out on a golden opportunity when it is presented. Now, here's a common phrase that you've probably heard in the past: marry the house, date the rate. I'm going to be honest, I know I said that. Of course, that was a while ago, but it was really common for agents, heck, maybe even loan officers, to say that ridiculous statement. The idea behind that statement is marry the house. So you fall in love with the house, it's something that you're going to stick with for a long time, and you're dating the rate, which means dating someone may not last very long. And changes happen when you're talking about dating. Marriage is something that's longer lasting. So the idea being that you fall in love with the house, you're in it for the long term, and you're dating the rate with the idea, and of course the hope, that that rate is going to change or fall at some point. And then you can potentially refinance. One big issue with that is, number one, what I said before, there's no guarantee that rates are going to come down. And if they do, at what point in the future is that going to happen? Number two, a lot of people would follow that up with, well, when the rates come down, because they're high right now, then you can just go ahead and refinance. Not everybody qualifies to refinance. There are finances involved with that. There's a timeline involved. Heck, if those rates were to drop soon after you bought the house, you may not qualify to refinance into a lower rate right away. So telling people that is really just, I don't know, misguiding them. So when you hear agents, loan officers say the ridiculous statement, marry the house, date the rate, please run away from those people. Number three is focus on the rate. Now, when you hear agents say something like that, yes, it's important. I'm certainly not trying to downplay the importance of the interest rate on purchase of a house. However, it's not the only factor when it comes to can you afford the house. The interest rate is certainly an important factor. I'm afraid that for some potential buyers, interest rate is the only factor that they're focusing on. And it's actually paralyzing them from the possibility of getting into a house sooner rather than later. What I like to tell people is, can you afford the monthly payment? Because no matter what the interest rate is, high, low, whatever, if you can afford comfortably the monthly payment on the house at the interest rate that it's at, with all of the other cost factors that go into it, then you're ready to buy a house. If at some point in the future the rate goes down, you'll be in an even better position if you're able to refinance at that point. If you get a fixed rate mortgage, then you are locked in. And if that rate goes up, your monthly payment won't, because you're locked into that interest rate. So many people are waiting because they hear predictions, they have conversations with people, and they're waiting for rates to drop to some magic number, whatever that magic number is going to be for you or for that person. And if those rates don't come, well, let's just say the cost of homes is not coming down. With low inventory, there continues to be competition for houses, which is keeping costs for a house higher. Waiting and waiting for a magic interest rate number is only delaying your opportunity to get into home ownership. Buying something sooner rather than later, while you're living in that house, well then, you have the opportunity to gain equity in the house faster. As the home values continue to go up, your equity continues to go up in the house, and then after a few years, maybe after many years, you're ready to sell that house, and you have an immense amount of equity in that house to do stuff. Or you're not going to sell it. You're going to potentially refinance at a low rate. You're going to potentially take out a home equity line of credit to be able to make some renovations to your house, or use that money to, I don't know, go buy a car, do something with it, take a nice vacation. That's where home ownership is so beneficial to people. The equity that you build in it. Getting hung up now on a certain interest rate and delaying your advancement into home ownership is really just hurting your potential financial future as home values continue to rise historically, sometimes, as we've seen in the last few years, at an even higher rate than history shows. As we are entering the final days of 2024, headlines abound and will continue to do so, with predictions on the future of real estate, where the housing market is going. Be careful what you hear, be careful who you listen to, and if anybody's talking to you about marrying a house and dating a rate, well, good luck if you listen to them. If I can be of service to you in the Indianapolis area, drop me a comment, send me a DM, let me know how I can help you. I'm Brian, I'm a realtor in the Indianapolis area, here to serve, here to help, and here to answer questions. And please share this video with someone who's playing the waiting game and sitting on the sidelines as the housing market passes them by.